They have this way of twisting things around where you're always apologizing, feeling guilty, and doubting yourself to the point where you feel this constant anxiety buzzing in your chest. Now, you're a trusting person and you believe in your relationship, but it is so confusing. And the problem isn't you, because as someone once told me, a manipulator is like a thief, robbing you of your independence, your confidence, and your ability to trust your own judgment. And here are 6 signs to prove it. Let's start with how they attack your sanity by gaslighting. Imagine constantly feeling on edge, second-guessing everything, being told that you remember things wrong or that your feelings are completely invalid. It might start with small disagreements, but pretty soon they're rewriting history right in front of you. You're going to find yourself feeling misunderstood, hurt, and disconnected, not just from your partner, but from yourself. The way they dismiss you, the way they guilt you, the way they blame you, the way they make you sound like you're overreacting to the point where you begin to believe them. That's gaslighting in action. They make you second guess yourself in such a way that you begin to feel confused about things that you know are true. That person is manipulating you, twisting the truth, and leaving you in a maze of confusion. You cannot underestimate the impact of gaslighting, because that person is slowly poisoning your mental well-being. But why? Well, the goal is to control you. A person who gaslights you will make you doubt your own experiences, so you have to rely on them for the truth. The truth as they want you to see it. Now, gaslighting is a confusing, reality-distorting strategy used by manipulative people, and while they use gaslighting to shake your confidence and make you question your own memories, they use this next tactic to directly manipulate your emotions. The next sign of a manipulator is emotional blackmail. No matter what you do, you are never good enough for this person. Every day you're made to feel like you owe them so much. Somehow, they make you feel guilty for wanting even the smallest things to go your way. It's always, if you really loved me, you would do this for me. Or, after all I've done for you, this is how you repay me. A manipulative person is going to trap you between guilt and obligation and make you feel like the villain when you stand up for yourself. And the reason I say that is because they tug at your heart. They tell you they can't live without you. They remind you of all the good times you've had together, all they've done for you, all the sacrifices they've made for you, and how little you seem to appreciate it. Now they make you feel guilty, like you owe them, and somehow you are responsible for making them happy. And if they're not happy, then it's your fault. Emotional blackmail is a highly manipulative tactic that is more than just pressure. It's their calculated, systematic way of using your emotions against you. They know your emotional weak spots, and they use them to control you. You are going to constantly find yourself giving in, doing things you don't really want to do, being who they want you to be, just to avoid that emotional drama. Emotional blackmail is a direct attack on your feelings that pushes you to give in just to avoid that wave of guilt that's going to wash over you. Now, a manipulator is going to use gaslighting and emotional blackmail to control you, but at the same time, they are going to erode your self-esteem through constant criticism. Picture living under this cloud of doubt where you feel like a walking target for their negativity. You cannot catch a break. Everything you do is picked apart and criticized so much that you start to feel worthless and unloved. Now, this is a deliberate attempt by that manipulator to control your behavior. They are blowing your faults out of proportion so that they can have power over you. With them, it's an endless storm of criticisms and insults, each word chipping away at your self-esteem, causing you to feel an overwhelming need for this person's approval. They are slowly trying to get into your mind, and before you know it, you begin to hear this person's voice in your head, guiding your every decision, telling you what to do, all so you can please them and make them happy and avoid their criticism. A manipulative person is going to undermine you through constant criticism, but it isn't just a stream of negative feedback, and it's more than just pointing out your flaws. It's a relentless barrage of insults and put-downs aimed at shattering your self-esteem to the point where you are questioning your every move. And it's all disguised as just being honest, or I'm trying to help you. They will soften their blows with, don't take this personally, no offense, or I'm just saying. One of the things you're really going to notice is that manipulative people use cruel and cunning strategies to tear down your self-worth. And in this next sign, they are really going to be deceitful. This is when that highly manipulative person turns the tables and plays the victim. I wonder if you realize what it's like when a person, no matter how hard you try, blames you for everything that's wrong in their life instead of taking responsibility for their actions. If you do, then you know how it feels when they throw things at you like, why are you doing this to me? Or, I guess I just can't do anything right for you. It's not my fault. You just don't know how hard you make it for me. Manipulative people are experts at deflecting responsibility and generating sympathy. And at first, you might not notice what they are doing because you listen to this person and you say to yourself, oh, I really need to do better. I need to be more supportive and understanding, which means you comfort them and you reassure them, you apologize, even if you really have no idea what you did wrong. You do it because you really subscribe to the idea of being in it together, of listening, of understanding, and trying to improve yourself and your relationship. But sooner or later, you start to realize something disturbing. That person is manipulating you. And it's not just that they play the victim for stuff that's clearly their fault, but they blame you for their own behavior. It's jolting when you realize just what they've been doing, not just to you, but to everyone in their life. Now, if you realize they've been manipulating you and you confront them, they're going to say, I don't know why everyone is against me, or I would never have done that if it wasn't for what you did. They'll tell you, I don't think you really care about me. You don't act like you really care about me. I'm always the one who gets hurt. No one ever listens to or cares about what I'm going through. Now, playing the victim is not just about seeking attention. It's a strategic move to dodge responsibility and manipulate you into feeling sorry for them. Playing the victim is a common tactic used to deflect being blamed for their actions, all so they can control you. If you're going through this, then I know how difficult it can be. And it's important to understand that playing the victim is a devious tactic because it confuses and disarms you. You might find yourself apologizing and making compromises even when you're not at fault. They are going to effortlessly tap into your natural compassion, hijack it, and make you feel like a bully if you dare to question them or challenge their story. The difficulty they are going to cause you is real and challenging. It's important for you to find a path of healing and comfort, but know that a manipulator will try to stop you from doing that. And this is our fifth sign that you're dealing with a manipulator. They use isolation tactics to control you. Imagine being slowly pulled away from the people you care the most about. This is more than just physical separation. A manipulator will use deception, guilt, and coercion to convince you that only they have your best interest at heart. It's a cunning strategy to make you feel increasingly dependent on this person for emotional support. Now, isolation tactics are a dangerous and deceptive trap that often starts with them bad-mouthing your friends and family, and then gradually it escalates to them demanding more and more of your undivided attention and loyalty. You may notice they want to spend more and more time together, and at first this might seem harmless, but after time, you naturally find yourself relying completely on this one person for all of your social and emotional needs. Isolation tactics are designed to make you feel this person is all you've got, while at the same time, they tighten their grip on your life. This is important to recognize because imagine your world shrinking as the people who you were once close to are now fading away, becoming distant memories. This fosters a growing sense that you have to rely on this person for happiness, comfort, and support as you slowly drift away from the people who you once were close to. Now you find your life is squarely in this person's control, but it doesn't stop there because that isolation makes this next sign even more devious. While they try to separate you from your support group, they are going to use charm and flattery to disarm you, deceive you, and further lure you into their control. This person comes into your life, and every word they say makes you feel seen, understood, and cared for in ways you never could have imagined. Now, it's exciting, and you find yourself filled with anticipation, wondering what's next, because they just have a way of making everything sparkle. The most ordinary moments have become the highlights of your day. But once that highly manipulative person has charmed you, they will reveal their true nature. And suddenly you realize that person has tricked you. That person is trying to control you. That person never meant any of those things at all, and the sudden shift can leave you feeling betrayed, confused, and bitter long after that manipulator has vanished from your life. Now, highly manipulative people skillfully use charm and flattery as tools, not just to win you over, but as a deliberate tactic to get you to do what they want. The manipulator will flood you with compliments, pretend to adore you, and make you feel valued. This seems like a genuine positive connection, but They are carefully crafting a bond to lower your defenses. Watch out for over-the-top praise and constant sweet-talking, because if it is not genuine, then it is one more way for them to control you. You just cannot ignore how important this is, especially since everything a manipulator does is aimed at getting something from you. Remember, the ultimate truth here is that real compliments from a genuine person will come from a place of honesty and caring. Many of us have faced manipulation and found a way to overcome it. If you have, then let's talk about it in the comments. Now, to get a deeper understanding, you'll want to watch this next video on Is It Time to Walk Away? 5 painful signs you're with the wrong person. And for more support and resources, subscribe and join us on the channel.